And I'm live. Alrighty. So, hello, YouTube, Facebook. I'm waiting for Harvey to come on the channel. We just talked to him on the phone. He's been on, we practiced earlier. He's never used this StreamYard before. He should be popping out any minute. Got another guest that wants to come on too, Angie from TeaTalk Prison Stories. Sent her the link. She was going to come on. And, anyways, I'm waiting for Harvey. So, let's see what's going on here. Give it a couple minutes. Some people, nobody's in the room yet anyway. So, my name is Sean, and I did federal prison time. If you're new to the channel, I did 52 months in Florence, Colorado for wire fraud. And I'm getting a message here. Okay, ready when you are. Yeah. That's him. Let me send him a text and let him know he's trying to get in, I guess. Harvey, I'm in the room waiting for you. All righty. He should be coming on any second now. So if you don't know about Harvey's channel, Harvey did 29 years in Missouri State prisons. Got a great channel. And just texted me. He's going to be coming on here any second. And he can tell you his story. Go check out his channel. A couple other channels I want to talk about is Aussie Prison Talk. That's a new one out there. And he's going to come on the channel maybe this week. And is a new channel. And then Angie, who wants to come on here, she shows up. And she has TeaTalk Prison Stories. She just did a great video. She interviewed like 3 different other women that were in prison. And her channel is all about for the women going in federal prison, coming out, and all that. And what's up with Harvey? He's sending me another text. What do I click on? I will send you the invite again. Okay. I guess he didn't get the invite. I'm sending it to him. Bear with me, guys. All right. Okay. I sent him the link, the invite link. Let's see if he gets. Here he comes. Oh, no, that's Angie.
Hey, guys.
Hey, Angie. All right, you made it first. Harvey's having trouble logging on.
Oh, okay.
I just sent him the link again. I was just plugging your channel for you. Guys,
Oh, my God.
This is Angie, and she has TeaTalk Prison Stories. And I was just telling about your video you did, I guess, last night or whatever, came on today. You had a few women on there that did prison time, and great channel. We need more women's prison channels out there, as long as there is a category known as prison channels, and there is. So
right.
How you doing tonight?
I'm doing good.
Good.
Yeah, I'm really excited about the show that we just did the other night, because it's about the impact on families when women are incarcerated. It would pertain to men and women, of course, but yeah, I'm pretty excited about it because that was something that I thought was important to talk about.
Let me say something to these comments. Hey, Marlene, Harvey's trying to get on. He just sent me a text. Don't go nowhere, Marlene. He's coming right on. I just sent him the link again. And she says, hi, everyone. Harvey, I made it. I've seen his commissary show. Glad to see you again. FPT. And then we got Kenny. Oh, Ken from Facebook. All right. Ken's going to do a show with me in a couple weeks on my Wings for Life channel, which also will be on this channel. And I think I titled it Surviving San Quentin, Ken. We just talking the other day. He did 39 years in prison. And who could beat that? Here comes Harvey. Here he is. All right. Harvey, he made it. All right. Great. Here comes Harvey. Here he is. All right.
How y'all doing?
Good. Hey. You got, Marlene is in the room for you, Harvey.
How y'all
Harvey,
doing?
Good. That's Angie above you there. She's the one with the prison channel that's been trying to call you, and you guys hook up. And
yeah,
you know what? Hey,
yeah. Just send me a number, and I'll try calling you.
Okay.
I'd love to have you on.
Hey,
I'm all about helping you guys out with your channels.
Right.
You know, and I'm trying to get the Aussie Talks prison guy going, and There's another guy with a new channel. Anyways, I can't think of his name. But yeah, whatever I can do to help you guys. And Harvey, you got more subscribers than me, and I'm not jealous. I'm happy for you. I'm more than happy.
It's from the help of everybody. You, Jen, Chad, all you guys.
Yeah. I may should hook you up with. You ever watch Matt Cox? He was the FBI's most wanted guy.
No, I haven't watched him.
He's been on my channel. I can give you his number and stuff. He's kind of big time. He's almost at 100,000 subscribers, but he's a hell of a character.
Yeah,
but he'll let you on, or you vice versa. He's still. It hasn't went to his head yet. Not like there's some guys out there. Larry Lawton. He gets. I don't know. He probably gets thousands of emails and comments a day. He's never got back to me. He's got 1.5 million subscribers.
Yeah, I'm sure he's pretty busy.
Yeah.
But I don't get into all that drama either. Like some of them do.
Some of them have their drama. Yes, they do, man.
It's like they create it or something. But I'm not about that.
Is this on your channel? Is this supposed to be on your channel?
Yeah.
It's not showing up.
All right, go ahead and fix it if you can.
All right. So Harvey, that link thing didn't work to get your channel on here. It still says pending. I got to figure it out.
Yeah, it's not on my channel yet. He just told me. But
all right. Well, this records it too. I can send you a recording, and you can do what you want with it. Same to you, Angie.
Yeah.
You gotta when you send a recording on email, you got to use the Google Drive. Your wife taught me that one already. I didn't know that. Your wife's the brains behind the outfit, huh? Oh, somebody's jealous.
Rosie's barking at people. Yeah, and she goes crazy when she sees me on, like, talking to you guys or stuff, or doing a live or something. She like, what's he doing?
Yeah.
But I think we need to have more women on. I really do. All these channels, they always have guys on.
Definitely.
Me too, and you. But we need to have more women on, like Angie.
Yeah, I had Lauren last night. She did 20-something years. She finally got it because she went 3 times to prison. We don't always get it the first time, man.
Right.
Yeah, but now she's actually picking women up at the gate and helping them and get them started in life, and she's going out of her way to help women. She's turned it around.
That's cool. Yeah. That's cool.
And Angie up here just did those 2 women you had on your show today, Angie. Were they selling? Did you do time with them or?
2 of them, or one of them I did time with. Yeah, one of them I actually did time with.
Okay.
Alicia, yeah.
There's one
we were at Dublin together.
Ah.
There's one in Missouri too that I've been trying to get on, and so far I haven't got her on here. But she did 29 years just like I did, and only got out because of the juvenile court thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's a comment for you, Harvey. Can you see it? Can you read it? Or I don't know.
I ain't getting the chat, but I can read what you said.
Marlene Davidson, she says, LOL, we love to make Harvey laugh. Was very shy at beginning, but we cured that. You kind of were shy in the beginning, Harvey. Yeah.
Yeah, she did. All of them did, really. I was kind of nervous when I first started.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I think I was too. I should go look at my earlier ones. I don't know if I want to. Aussie Talks Prison now. He's kind of like he's you can tell he's new because he's not ready yet. Like his personality hasn't come out yet, but I'm still rooting. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm rooting for him. Yeah, he's loosening up, but I was the same way when I first started, sitting there real stiff.
Yeah. Angie, you're doing a great job. You just got started, and what do you got? 4 videos now, and you're doing good.
I got 3, and I got like 176 views.
Nice.
So it's only been like 4 or 5 days, and
Wow.
You're doing good.
Right
Yeah.
out the
almost
gate.
50 subscribers, almost 50. So
And you just got out of prison when?
11 days ago on April 28th, I got out.
Wow.
And my thing is that before I went in, you know, I was stalking YouTube, looking for videos, looking for information for me, and it was so hard to find anything. So I was watching you, Sean. I was watching RDAP Dan. I was watching, you know what I mean? But I couldn't find anything really specific to women. And so I said, man, when I get in there, you know what I mean? I started thinking about it, and I'm like, I got to do it.
Yeah. Me and Angie talked before she went in. So she got in and out of there in less than a year on a 30-month sentence.
Yeah, I did 9.5.
Maybe you could tell them how you pulled that off, Angie.
Okay, so yeah, I got a 30-month sentence. I ended up doing 9.5 months. And I got super lucky because I went in when they were still quarantining for 3 weeks when I went in. So my timing was literally impeccable because I went in, I quarantined for 3 weeks. I kept saying I wanted to get into RDAP, but nobody was really talking to me. And then one of the guards was talking to another lady, and she was saying she didn't want to do RDAP. So I'm like banging on the door. I want to do RDAP. I want to do RDAP. He's all, you do? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, okay, I'll call the lady. So, and then I never heard anything else. So I get out of quarantine. They take me over to the FCI side, and I was supposed to be in the camp. So I was like, why the hell am I going to FCI? I'm supposed to go to camp. I'm like freaking out, you know, and the guards are fucking with me, and they're saying, oh yeah, you're going to the hood, you know. You're going over there with the hood rats. I'm like, what? I've never been here before. What's happening? You know? But they took me over to the FCI side. I did one night. It was awesome. The people were super nice to me. And literally the next morning, the director of RDAP came over and she said, I'll pack your stuff, Stubblefield, you're coming with me. And I'm like, what? So what happened was one lady had got into RDAP and she had just decided she didn't want to do it anymore, walked out, and I walked in.
And you get a year off for RDAP for those of you guys don't know it, and you get a lot of halfway house time too. So
yeah, I actually got 6 months off only because my sentence was less than I think it's like 34 months or 32 or
you gotta have like 37 months or more to get the year. Yeah.
Something, yeah. But I got 6 months off, and then with FSA really helped me because I took like an additional 4.5 months. So I got 10 months off, you know, off the top. And then that didn't even include halfway house. I think I got 5 months or something. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really good. For you, Sean might know, but in case you didn't know, Angie, there's a female YouTuber called Jessica Kent. She does prison. Yeah.
I used to watch her all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's been around a little while too. She's getting big.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like her.
I can't remember her name, but we need more people, you know, females out there. You know, there's a bunch of guys, you know, out here. We need more women doing this too. You know.
Yeah.
I
Angie,
think
here's a comment for you, Angie. Marlene says, what's her channel's name? Go plug your channel, Angie.
It's called TeaTalk, Prison Stories with Stubbs, and that's STUBBS, short for my last name, Stubblefield. So TeaTalk, Prison Stories with Stubbs. Thanks for asking.
Marlene's a good person. She really is.
Right on.
TJ, hey, how we doing? TJ's getting ready to go to prison, guys. Not that you know anybody wants to get ready to go to prison, but at least he's out and he can make some arrangements. And
he said something last night about that, didn't he?
Yeah, I forget if he's getting ready to get sentenced or something. Fill me in again, TJ. I talk to a lot of people, and I know I talked to you on the phone, but I'm getting old, man.
No, it's
19 days. Something about 19 days.
You just got too much stuff coming in. You know, I know it's just like I am. You know, you got emails, phone calls, and this and that. And you just keep. I don't know how these guys at bigger channels do it, really, man. You know, when they say they're busy, I know they have to be busy.
Yeah, and I got a full-time job, you know. So
right.
And I gotta pee in that cup. I gotta call that number every morning to see if I gotta go pee in the cup. And you know, they only certain hours. They're open from 9 to 5, but you can't go between 1 and 3. And then if you got a job, it don't matter. I mean, you don't show up there, you're gonna get violated. And you know, and then I gotta get ready and drink water or something. I have it all a full bladder because I can't just do it on a drop of a dime. And Oh, it's been oh god.
Well, I know.
2.5
And I
years
told
I've
you,
been doing.
I told you last night I failed that one because I couldn't go because the guy was like had his face like right down there, you know. I mean, what are you doing, dude? You know?
Yeah, I had a weirdo guy like that in San Francisco, and he'd go, lift up your left side, lift your right side, lift the whole thing up. Okay, turn around. I'm like, what the fuck? What? You know, and he's on his knees in front of me. Come on, man. I have to look for straps. I have to look for straws hanging out. All this. He had a weird accent.
Right,
you know?
yeah. That's what he said. He says, I don't know if you got a tube on you or not. I said, well, before we even start this, you can check and then let me go.
Yeah.
You know?
That's funny.
Yeah, if it's that important to you, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Personally, I think you got a little sugar in your tank.
Right. Yeah. Yes, and this was San Francisco. So, you know, like I told you, Harvey, San Francisco's like a bowl of cereal. It's nothing but nuts and flakes. Angie knows. She's from the Bay Area.
Yeah. Yep.
Hey, Kathy D is in the room, and Kathy is from Australia. Kathy, there's a new channel me and Harvey been getting to know. It's called Aussie Prison Talk. That's down under where you live. So go check out his channel, Kathy. He's going to be on my show. Harvey, he's coming on your show, or already did, or what's up?
No, he's supposed to. You know, he said he wants to come on my show before he goes on any other show. You know, he's subscribed to me, and so I'm just trying to help him out. You know.
Yeah.
And
this is a lady I wanted to because she's in Australia, and if she's watching me, I don't see why she wouldn't want to watch Aussie Talks Prison.
Right.
Yeah, he
he's just getting started, but you know, I think he'll get there, you know.
Yeah. You loosen him up, and then I'll throw some jokes at him when I get him, and we'll get him to laugh, get some Australian laughter out of him. Oh, TJ's reminding me, 10 days until sentencing, prosecutor asking for 10 months. Okay, now I remember, yeah, TJ was on a plane, and he pulled a Will Smith, slapped somebody on the plane. No,
no way.
He did. Well, you know, you've heard about, you know, you're on these planes and you don't want to wear the mask, you do, and all these fights that happen on it. Well, TJ lost his temper or something, and now they're making him pay the price. So.
And planes are federal, so it's a federal offense, correct?
Yeah. He wasn't on the ground; he was up in the air. I think once you go, what's that?
I was just gonna say, if they're only asking for 10 months, he's super lucky. He may get 6.
He might. Yeah, but now this isn't TJ's first rodeo.
Oh, okay.
So, he's grateful that he's not going to go do a lot of time, but he's been doing good. But now, you know, once in a while we got to get another slap in the face to, you know, because we can slip. We can be doing really good, Harvey, you know, and I got 5 years out of prison and my life's going great. And all of a sudden she shows up or he shows up and, you know, something out of your past. Next thing you know, you're how the hell did I get here? What am I doing in this car? Who's driving this thing? And you never know. I mean,
well, you know, I started my channel to help others, you know, try to keep young people out of prison, help people who have people incarcerated to understand what their people's going through. But it's been a help to me too. It's been kind of therapeutic to me, you know, and it's helped me a lot, really. But when I first got out, I've told this story before. I was in the store line and somebody cut me off, and he didn't even realize he did it, but I thought he did. And, you know, I said, well, you trying to punk me out? You know, that's the prison mentality coming out, you know? And so we got to watch that, you know?
Yeah, we do. You know, we're used to respect and, yeah, especially the longer you've done in prison, the harder it is on the outside. And people really don't know you've been to prison, and they probably don't care. And they're not going to give you any prison. You know, there's no code out here when you get out, and you can lose your temper. I've come close a couple times out there, you know.
Well, yeah, you know, I did a video and I told people, you know, I said I was talking to ex-cons and I was telling them, you know, just be mindful that people are not aware of their surroundings out here. A lot of them aren't, you know. Yeah. And they ain't paying attention and they really don't care. They don't know who they're cutting off or whatever, you know, they don't really care. And then I said, you guys who have never been to prison, you just need to be careful, you know, because you never know who you're going to run into, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
True.
Yeah. Even, you know, I was at what was it, Wendy's eating a hamburger or something, and there was a salt and pepper on the table, but there wasn't any other salt and peppers on the table. The guy comes over and reaches over, you know, my shoulder to grab the salt and pepper. And oh man, and I was with a friend of mine, and he knows I've been to prison. And first of all, I went to smack, and I stopped I was gonna smack. My just reaction to like hit him back, and my friend looks at me, and I told the guy, yeah, you know, go ahead, man, go ahead. And then I was telling my friend, you know, you don't do that shit in prison. And the guy came over later, and he goes, oh man, I heard you were in prison. I reached over, grabbed your salt and pepper. I'm sorry, but most people aren't going to even go that far. But yeah, I just you know, it caught me off guard, man. You know, it can happen.
Yeah, you never reach across a plate. You never come up behind somebody like that either. You know,
right.
You said he came up behind you and reached across your shoulder.
Yeah, kind of from the side, but enough where it was, you know,
right.
You crossed that invisible, you know, space of mine, you know.
Right. Yeah, you don't do that.
That's it. I'm going to catch some of these comments. Marlene says, TJ, if you don't mind me asking what for, and interference with the flight crew, he says. Kathy D says, thanks, I will have a look. She's talking about Aussie's channel. Marlene says, hi, KDD, TJ, my son in prison, Indiana. Kathy D says, hi, Marlene. Well, they're talking to each other. I don't need to read all that stuff, but TJ says criminal history of 3. And Marlene says, TJ, prayers for him, Harvey.
No, honey.
Oh, honey. See, I like to read everybody's comment, you guys, because since you guys have channels, I look at it like they take the time to even come on the channel and then type in a comment. You know, even if it's just something I don't understand, I want to read it. I want to give them, because it's their show. Without you guys watching, I don't have a channel. None of us have a channel.
That's right.
You know, and you take that time to write that comment. I want to read it. Now, if I ever get big where there's 1,000 comments, I don't know what I'm going to do. I guess that's when you get moderators, right, or something.
Yeah.
I try to respond to everybody, though. You know, if nothing else, I put a heart or something. You know, but I usually try to respond to everybody.
Yeah.
If I can.
Here you go, Angie. I made a little banner for you. Can you read that?
Yeah, I can. Here, let me put my glasses on. I'm old now, too.
I'm gonna go and check that out.
Thank you.
I was trying to find it last night, and I couldn't find it. I'm thinking, well, I must have got the name wrong or something.
No, it's hard to find. I had to actually filter out for TeaTalk prison stories in the last week, and then I found her. But yeah, yours is a little hard to find right now, Angie. There's a lot of TeaTalk things that show up and stuff.
Right? Yeah, I had a whole list.
What do I do about that?
Well, nothing? I have a link to your video under the description of my videos now, so. You can find it there. And yeah, I'm not sure what you do about it. You just make more videos. And eventually you'll get in the top 100 and the top 50. Yeah. You know?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you'll slowly move up, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a whole YouTube order of things and algorithms and all that. And you know, like, cause some of my videos now are in the top 50 if I type in federal prison, you know.
Oh yeah, both of yours come right up.
Okay.
Right.
That took a while though. That doesn't happen at once. Yeah. I couldn't even find myself the first 10 videos and nobody, you know.
Who's this?
But you know, I want to say something about Marlene. That's an amazing woman. And her son's in Indiana prison and she lives in Louisiana. So she don't get to see him, you know. But that's
wow. That's so sad.
Yeah, we do, don't we, Marlene? We do go nuts on channel. But yeah, she's just an amazing woman, really. And
Harvey goes live every Saturday. Is at 5:00 Central Time?
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, check it out. He's got a great show every Saturday. It's family.
It really is. We're almost like family over there, you know. Marlene, you, and a few others, you know. Yeah,
you're doing a great job, Harvey. Your channel. You see, you get me when when I watch you, you take me there. You take me whatever story you're telling. I don't know. You pull me in, and I don't know. You got a way of doing that, and you just take me there. You know,
Right.
And you're
But
humble about it, and you're not bragging. You're not humble. You're not.
I don't see anything
I mean?
to brag about. I really don't.
Yeah.
There's some people come out of prison. They don't have channels or anything, but they go around bragging that they've been in prison, and to me, that's nothing to brag about.
So good. Yeah, I know all that, right?
Yeah, right.
And a lot of these youngsters, man, they think it's a Call of Duty to go to prison and get their
right. You think it's cool?
Yeah, they can't wait to get there and see their friend, and and it's get their medals and their honor. Yeah, it's like
I've had a couple around here tell me, teenagers, "Oh, you've been to prison? That's so cool." I said, "Tell me one thing that's cool about it. One thing, because there's nothing cool about it, not in my eyes. I said, what's cool is somebody who's never been to prison."
Yeah,
that's cool. Yeah, and that's true. Marlene's talking to you again, Harvey. Thank you, Harvey. She says, "I'll be picking on this one now too."
Yeah, pick on both of them.
Yeah.
yeah.
So I just started going live at 7:00 Mountain Time, which would be 8:00 Central Time. So I've been doing that the last couple of weeks. So, and I got to be consistent. For a while there, I just was scattered on my videos, but I'm getting back. For
That's
a year, yeah.
That's the
for
thing.
What's that?
Oh, I was just going to say that's the thing, being consistent.
I was consistent my first year. I've been doing this about a year and a half now. For the first year, but I was unemployed on the pandemic, and like everybody else, and I didn't want to find a job. I was making more on unemployment, but
right.
So I was doing 3-4 videos a week, and I had certain time, and then I got a job and went to work full time, and but now I'm balancing it all out.
Right. Yeah, you're figuring it out. But a YouTuber told me, he says, if you publish one video a week, then stick to that. If you publish 2 a week, stick to that. If you do 3 a week, stick to that. Let your audience know when to expect them. And he said, if you keep changing up, they won't know.
That's good advice. Okay.
Yeah. I'd like to be able to do them twice a week. I'm that's my goal, but right now I'm going to do once because I'm still figuring out all the editing and all that, and I want to make sure that they're really quality. But my goal is to do at least 2 a week.
There you go. She's at the halfway house, and she doesn't have access to a lab, so she's doing it all on her phone. You did a great job with the editing.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah, it is. It really is. But and keep it up. Just keep grinding. I don't know anything about editing. Mindy and Ethan, they do the editing for me. Because I don't really know nothing about it.
I watched a lot of YouTube videos to learn how, and I still don't know nothing.
Yeah, those guys who try to instruct YouTubers on how to do I watch those too.
Yeah, I've been trying to watch those. My friend helped me with this one, the last one that I did, and she did a great job, and she had never done it before. She just found a good app, so I'm gonna be playing with that.
There you go.
All I can say is we use, I think, Filmora. I think it's called Filmora.
Okay. Oh yeah, I've seen that one.
Yeah,
I got Shotcut, and then there's a built-in one on my Microsoft video editor. But how do you say that one you're using, Harvey, again?
Filmora. It's like the word film with ORA at the end of it.
Okay. Let me read some comments here. Kathy D from Australia. I sympathize with you, Marlene. My son is in prison 5 hours from me. I have seen him twice in 15 months. Oh, in Australia, we are so lucky to have free Zoom calls, though. Wow.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah, free Zoom calls. Wow. I wish they had that here. I know some women have video phone calls in some women's prisons, but did you, Angie?
Yes, we got them. We could have videos that they were free right now because of the quarantine and the CARES Act or whatever. So we were able to do 2 free a week.
How does that work? Do you stand in front of like a payphone with a camera on it, or how's that
No,
work?
we had 2 separate rooms, and each room had a computer, so it was just a screen with a keyboard, so you just sign in, and every week you could schedule them. So they were actually scheduled, which made it nice. And you would just go to one of the 2 rooms at your scheduled time, and you would get 25 minutes.
And is it Zoom? How does the person on the other end? Was it Cornelink's video or something, or what is it?
Cornelink's video, yes.
Okay. Let me read Marlene's here. Sometimes inmate comes out worse because learned too much crap in there. Oh yeah, you
That's
can
true.
go prison and come out with 7 different recipes on how to cook meth and how to do title deed scams and take everybody's identity. You can learn so much in there. I learned about the dark web in there, but I didn't want to. But I was curious. But I still not going there. But
Oh yeah, I had a big joke when I was in there, and I used to say, I learned about these people that would bring people over the border. Well, when I first heard human trafficking, I'm like, human trafficking, I'm thinking prostitution, right? So they explained to me, no, you get like, X amount of dollars per head, and you just drop them off somewhere. And I go, well, damn, that should have been my crime because I wouldn't be stuck with restitution. And I go, I could have made a lot more money. And so my whole time, people were joking all the time because I'd be all, what you need to do is, and people would be like, stop, and they'd be laughing, I'd be like, hey.
No, that's a popular crime in my prison camp. We got half of it's Mexicans, and they all told me that, yeah, it's the money's in the human trafficking. He didn't.
Right.
He said it's kids and families and stuff. We don't know what happens to them. We just take them from point A to point B, but I'll get like $2,000 a person. And I'll have 10 in the truck. 10 in the truck, and I do that once a week. And if I get caught, he got caught. He goes, I got a 3-year sentence. He goes, it's worth it. And the funny thing is, they say it's worth it. Like he's gonna do it again.
Right.
I had one lady tell me that she did it, and she got like a year or less. And then she did it a second time and only got like 15 months. That's why I was all, yeah, I did the wrong crime for sure.
Yeah. TJ is saying, could I still get to a camp even with my charge being considered violent? Depends on what kind of violence. If you violent on a police officer or something, forget about it. It depends. It depends on the depth of it. Angie, do you know the answer to that one?
I know that it just depends on his points, because if his points are low enough, he still qualifies.
That's true.
Yeah, because I was surprised. I mean, I didn't think that there would be people that had done all sorts of violent crimes that, were in the camp. I wasn't in the camp. I was supposed to be, but I knew people that were, back and forth. And yeah, it's just all about the points in the feds. So
we had a guy, we found out that he was a wife beater and he had domestic violence charges, and they beat the fuck out of him more than once. And they told him you need to put it in for a transfer. He finally turned himself in and went to the shoe. We never seen him again because we don't like wife beaters, So
right.
What about where you were at, Harvey?
The same, pretty much the same, or those with child cases or anything like that, they don't tolerate them,
in the women's, I was just going to say, go ahead.
I was just going to say the ones that do allow on the yard, they're extorting if they think they have a lot of money,
Oh, right, sure.
Right. No, what are you going to say, Angie?
I was just going to say that what I learned being in the feds is that you can't touch them. You can't even talk to them. Like, you can't say anything or you'll get like 5 years. But like all the women that were in there were like, man, if these people that are walking amongst us, were in state, they'd have been got fucked up, but in here, we can't even so much as say anything to them. So I was like, wow.
I had one they put in a cell with me, and I beat the shit out of him. And they couldn't prove it, though. And he wouldn't tell on me or anything. And so they said, if he says you put one hand on him, he says, we're going to bury you in the hole. You'll never get out of the hole again. And but he kept saying that somebody hit him with a snowball. They weren't going for that. He was beat black and blue.
Yeah, that's a lot of snowballs.
But right. Yeah, he said it had ice in it. Somebody put ice in it and hit me with it, you know, and they finally let me go, you know, and they said, you know, we know you beat his ass, you know, and said, if we find out, we're putting you in the hole and you'll never see the light of day again. But they never did find out, you know.
Well, I got to tell you guys, when I went to my halfway house, it was in San Francisco, and there's half state, half federal people, about 300 people in this halfway house. So we did me and a couple girls were talking that outside in the little courtyard that they thought this one guy was a child molester. So, anyways, a girl looked up on the Megan's Law, the Megan's List, and we counted like 35 child molesters. And two of them were women in that halfway house. And it wasn't just, it was like terrorist acts, kidnapping, rape, all this stuff. It wasn't just kiddie porn on a computer. And some of them we had been walking right by us. And this was in the halfway house. So when you guys get to halfway houses, even the state halfway houses, all walks of life are in there. You got
Right
people
now.
that did life. You got people that did 6 months in prison and 60 years in prison and everything in between. And and they just, the women at my halfway house complained because they didn't want to be around those. They were scared. We want to feel safe here. And they were told to shut your mouth. You can't. And one girl, I think they made her take the app off her phone and said, you look at it one more time, you have no more cell phone privileges. If you tell anybody who lives in this house, I mean, they just gave her the third right. And just want to warn you guys when you get to the halfway house, and the state halfway houses are like that too.
Where I'm at, I was told that there was at least 2 of the men that are in there with us are sex offenders.
Sure, yeah, and you know, I thought they all had special halfway houses they go to, but no.
Yeah, no.
Let's see. Marlene is saying, go on, Harvey. Then I'll read Marlene.
No, what did she say?
Kathy D, haven't seen my son in almost 4 years. Got 6 months left. Really, Marlene?
Yeah, he's getting out. Yeah, he's getting out in November, I think she said.
Wow. Do you write him letters, Marlene, at least? I'm hoping. You know, I mean, you say you haven't talked, or you haven't seen him. Wow. Kathy D says she's so sorry to hear that. And Marlene says, LOL, funny, Angie. And Marlene is saying, what's a camp? So Marlene, in the Fed systems, they have 4 levels, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's actually 5 if you count the Supermax. But levels 1 and 2, it's a camp, then it's low security, then it's a medium, and then it's a penitentiary. So the camp's the easiest one. A lot of camps don't even have fences, and inmates can actually get jobs in town working on, you know, I don't know, building parks and cleaning up city halls, and then they come back to camp at night. They don't get paid for it, but so the camp is the easiest one. The penitentiary is the hardest one. I hope that answers your question. Women have
that's interesting.
Right? What's that?
I said that's kind of interesting because in Missouri, the nickname for prison is a camp. So somebody might, if you go to one prison, somebody say, "What camp did you come from?" You know, so they it's like a nickname for all the prisons. You know.
Sure, and then there's work camps and there's fire camps, which are nothing to do with federal prison camps, right? You guys have fire camps in Missouri, or I don't know if you have trees.
No, I don't think so. We have work release.
Okay.
But, yeah, and they help on everything. They like disasters, fires, cleaning up the highways, and you know, like you said, the parks and whatever. But yeah, they call it work release.
Okay, I think it's called work furlough out in the West. So basically, you're locked up at night and you can go out to work, and you got to wear an ankle bracelet and all that stuff. But you live at jail.
But
Marlene, what's that?
What did Marlene say?
Oh, I was going to read her next. My God, I've been extorted so many times, and son beat for his commissary. He quit going to get his stuff. Lost 35 pounds.
Oh man.
Man,
that sucks.
And his son beat for his commissary. Yeah, that happens more in the higher up level prisons. Did they do that in any prisons you were at, where they jump the guy after he gets his commissary and take it? Did you have that happen?
Yeah, they've done that. They've done that in Missouri. You know, but they only do it to people that they think they can get away with it on. You know.
And who might that be? Is this your weak and nice guys or what? I mean,
yeah, somebody first coming to prison or something, and they think he's weak or he's not going to fight back, because you can kind of judge somebody, a lot of times,
Yeah.
But if they think he's going to fight back, they usually don't. Although a few cases they have, but usually that's usually if somebody owes a debt or something,
Yeah. Marlene, TJ's asking Marlene, where's your son doing time? And she says, no, I talk to him every day. Oh, Marlene says she talks to him every day. She just hasn't seen him. Okay,
right.
so
yeah, she gets calls from me. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, you guys, I'm sorry to jump in. I got to get off because I got to get back to the halfway house.
Count time, stand up for count.
No, they don't even do that. They just come and like knock on our door and go, hey, are you in there? We're like, yeah. But I have to be back by 5, so I got to drive.
Oh yeah,
over.
you don't want to get sent back. All right,
Yeah.
Angie.
All right, bye.
Hey, I appreciate you guys. Have a good day.
Yeah.
Bye.
You too. Gave me PTSD there, Sean. Saying count time.
Count time, gentlemen. Count time. Stand up for count. Stand up for count.
Stand and count. Have your still lights on. That's what they do.
Where I did time, and I think in all the feds, we have a 10 to 10 rule. So it's quiet time from 10 p.m. to 10 a.m. And a quiet time, not just no talking. You're going to open your locker real slow. You're going to anything noises. Wow. Did you guys have that 10 to 10 rule?
No, we didn't. But after they did the 10 o'clock count, they'd shut the cell light off, the main cell light off.
Yeah.
But if you had a lamp or something, you could have a lamp on, but they would turn off the light, the cell light.
You were in a cell. I was more in a dorm with little walls in between. So that's why we had the quiet time. In your own cell, yeah, your neighbors can't hear you.
I was in a 2-man cell for most of my bid until I got my level lowered. As soon as I went to a lower level camp, I found out they was mostly dorms,
Yeah,
and,
dorms could be good and they could be bad. It just depends.
Right. Yeah. I wasn't used to it. I wasn't used to a line of toilets, you're using the bathroom right next to somebody,
Yeah. I know that. Right. Put some water on that.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. You guys are sitting right next to one another, and some of them will try to have a conversation with you,
Yeah. You know what? Can I have a little dignity, please? Just a little bit of dignity.
You think they would put a partition between each toilet, but they didn't,
Some places I've been, they try to put a sheet across or something. Then the guards come and tell you can't have it there.
Right.
I mean, come on, man. Just give me a break.
Well, the bad,
what's that?
The bad thing.
Yeah, go on.
The bad thing about Algoa, they had a row of like 6 toilets, and right in front of them, was a row of like 6 urinals.
Oh, great! So you get to stare at stare at somebody's ass while you're taking a dump.
Right. So if you go in there, it's just an unwritten rule. If you go in there to use a urinal, and you see somebody on the toilet, you don't get in the urinal right in front of him.
Don't go. Yeah. That makes sense.
It's just kind of like an unwritten rule,
Yeah. We had a rule, so we had like every floor had 2 toilets and 2 urinals, and the toilets had the doors closed. But so I made the mistake when I first got there. There were 2 guys using the urinal, so I went in the toilet to piss. And when I came out, this one guy gets right up on me. He goes, "Did you just take a piss in there?" And I go, "Yeah, you guys were busy." He goes, No, man. You must be new here. Let me explain the rules to you. He says, "You don't ever piss in the toilet. You use the urinal only." And I go, "I used the spray bottle and I clean." He goes, No. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. Spray bottle. No, motherfucker. He got right up in my face and he says, don't let anybody else catch you doing that again, man. And he just said, he read me the riot act. But, a couple months later, me and him we got along really good, man. He was in it, but he had to tell me, right. I didn't know. And if he didn't tell me that way, I might not have listened,
Right. Well, that's the way with a lot of things. When I first got to prison, people had to tell me things, and I was one to listen, I listened to everything that was being said because, you know, I was new to the prison, and if they're giving free advice, I want it, you know.
Yeah.
You know, everybody's dying all around me, you know. Tell me how I'm going to stay alive. That's what you do, you know.
Yeah. I'm gonna get some of these comments out of the way here. Not out of the way, guys. Keep the comments coming. I need to take that back. That was a bad. I'm gonna read some comments. Marlene says he's been in and out of jails for 2 years, but first prison, big prison. Wow.
Yeah.
Big prison.
Yeah, it's rough.
And then she says, Angie will check your channel. Yeah. Mindy
Yeah,
Sidell. Hi, Mindy.
Hello, Mindy.
I knew a Mindy. I don't know if that's her. But hi, Mindy. Welcome.
Yeah, that's my wife.
Okay. Different.
I'm right behind you.
Yeah, she's right behind me on her computer.
Okay. I didn't.
Yeah, for some reason. For some reason, I'm not getting the chat or anything. So I don't know what.
Marlene,
you can't see it?
Joke about you caught her in the shower.
Do what now?
You caught Marlene in the shower.
Oh, she saw it. You can read them then, right? I guess.
I can read them.
I can read them when you put them up. I can't read the chat though. I only when you put them up. But I guess she can read them.
Oh, I see. They're on the screen, but you did your eyes. Yeah.
Yeah, I did a live one evening, one Saturday, a couple Saturdays ago, and Marlene was in a hurry to get out of the shower because she knew I was coming on. She goes, "You caught me in the shower." So that's what she was talking about.
You know, I did a video on dropping the soap thing in shower, and I took all these little clips from prison movies about guys dropping the soap. And,
Yeah,
but,
you know,
a couple people didn't like that. A couple people left me some bad comments. They go, "Really, Sean? You're gonna stoop that low with your videos now?"
Well, you know, I can't speak for other states. You know, I found out that Alabama is a lot different than Missouri is as far as the rapes and stuff go. But here in Missouri, the dropping the soap thing is a myth. In fact, among the prisoners, it's more of a joke. You know, they'll tell you as they're going to the shower, "Hey, don't drop the soap." You know, just as a joke. You know.
Yeah. Our showers had little half doors that open and close, and you know when you walk by the bathroom, there's a big giant door to get in the bathrooms. But I'm walking by once, and a guy actually really did drop it, slipped out of his hand, and went down the hallway. And he goes, "Hey, man, Cowgill, can you get that soap for me?" I go, "Did you really just ask me to pick up a bar of soap in prison? Do you know where you're at?" And he goes, "Oh, come on, man, nobody's looking. I don't want to walk out there." I go, "Really, dude? You're are you serious?" And he kept, "Come on, dude." And I know, and I go, no, I just kept walking. Even though it was legit, I wasn't picking shit up. I couldn't do it.
Well, you know, in Farmington, the prison I was in there, well, all of the modern prisons now, they got these real narrow shower stalls. So you can't even hardly turn around in them. So let alone if somebody wanted to come in there and do something to you, they're going to have a hard time just because of the tight quarters, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm sure they made it like that on purpose, but you know, if you drop something or you can't hardly bend over and pick anything up because there's no room, you know?
Yeah.
But
well, I'll tell you a little true story, little bathroom humor. This because there are some gay guys in prison, right? So a lot of times in where
there's some.
No, well, guys will sneak cell phone. You know, there's cell phones in prison. Guys sneak them in. A lot of times they go in the toilet stall and they're talking on their phone. So certain guards, the little super cops, will kind of sneak in the building and they'll check every stall. And if they see somebody in there, they'll listen to see if they're talking to somebody. So this one sneaky guard, super cop, I forget it was Monroe or something. He goes in one stall and apparently he saw two legs in the stall. There's two people in the stall. And he's hanging out there waiting. Because you'll see a guard standing in front of the toilet waiting for the guy to come out and he can search him and get the cell phone. A couple of us saw, we were just, you know, we saw the guard sitting there and we got somebody's getting caught with a cell phone. And then the guard bangs on the door. Come on out, you guys. It's been enough. And then He goes, they open the door and you hear, it's all right. It's just my birthday.
You know,
true story.
At the Missouri State penitentiary, you know, we used to have birthday whoopings, and guards would allow it. You know, somebody's birthday, you know, you kind of rough them up a little bit, you know, and the guards didn't care. But these other prisons, no, they'll throw your ass in the hole for doing that shit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've heard of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
They call
Sometimes
it
I was always warned that you walk by the showers, you'll see the guy's head and you'll see his feet. Sometimes you see his head and you see 4 feet.
It's true. But, you know, that's funny. But most of the time, that stuff took place in the cells, you know.
Yeah.
Guards are always catching people in the cells doing something, you know, like the cellies, you know, you have a couple that want to get together, so they'll move in with one another, and then they'll get busy doing something and forget about the guard making his round, and he'll catch them, you know. And a lot of times, if it's somebody who doesn't want to be known to be gay, he'll make up these elaborate excuses. Oh, I was changing clothes, and it just looked like I was doing.
Yeah. I was on the receiving end. That doesn't make me gay.
Yeah, I was telling Mindy about that. You know, I was on the receiving. I'm not gay. I got a wife and kids at home. You know,
There's a lot of gay guys who have wives and kids.
Yeah. Hey, it doesn't matter if you're pitching or catching. You know, to a ball game.
Or they only do that when they go to prison, you know.
Right. Well, they call it gay for the stay. Yeah. You know, I told Mindy, I said, if you go to prison straight and you get involved in homosexual activity, it had to be in you somewhere, you know.
Yeah. There was something in you. Yeah,
there was something there.
A little curiosity when you were
right.
Your high school locker time is peaked its curiosity now.
Right. But I told this story one time. This guy comes by, and I'm heating up water in the stinger. You know, you guys weren't allowed to have stingers in the feds, were you?
They snuck them in, but we had the hot water thing that you pull the handle, it comes out at like 180 degrees or something.
Oh, well, we had these stingers. I don't know what that is really, but we had these stingers, and you know, which is just a cord and it's got cold wire. And I was heating up water, and I hadn't been in prison very long. And this guy comes by. He goes, "Man, you're young, man. You pretty motherfucker."
Ooh.
And pulls his 3-piece out and puts it on the bars. And I take that water and throw it right on his shit. And he screamed and takes off and says, "You're a dead man." Anytime I do something to somebody, they always tell me I'm a dead man, you know. But hey, man, why are you mad at me? You put your thing on my bars, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Contaminated my bars too, man.
Right. Well, I didn't see him for a long time. I don't know what happened to him, you know, but my celly and neighbors and stuff say, "Man, you need to be careful because this dude, you know, he might have a problem with you, you know, so just be on the lookout." But I didn't see him. And for a long time. And then when I did see him, he had a piece on him, you know, had a shank on him. And he said, "You remember me?" Well, I didn't remember him. I said, "No, I don't know who you are." Well, he reminded me of who he was, you know.
Yeah.
And we get to fighting and rolling around on the ground. And he sticks me a couple times, but I didn't even know I was stuck. And the guards came and, you know, I told him I was going to shove it where the sun didn't shine, you know, but this guards came and tackled us. And I get up and I have blood on me, but I'm thinking it's his blood. And this guard says, "Whatever happens, you did not have your hands on that piece." And I said, "Well, whatever." He goes, "Tell me now. You're going to tell that when they talk to you, you tell them that because that's the story I'm going to give." And I said, "Well, whatever. Okay.
Yeah.
And I noticed we was heading to medical. I said, "Where are we going?" He goes, "Dude, you've been stabbed twice." And I looked down and I seen a hole in my shirt, and then it slowly got kind of like burning, like a stinging sensation,
Okay.
But I didn't even know I was stabbed,
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I could not I relate to the you don't know you got stabbed because back in the 90s, I was running around buying crack in the black neighborhoods, and we got shot one time because well, anyways, back in my crack days, you pull up in your car and the guys would reach in and they'd have rocks full of crack. My friend slapped the guy's hand. These rocks went and he hit the gas and we went down the street. Anyways, we had to turn around and come back up the street because it was a dead end and they 16 bullet holes in the car. This is in my 20s, guys. This is what eventually led to going to prison. So, anyways, and I got off the crack and all that. Finally, guys. But anyways, a bullet went through the door, and I remember I was ducking my head. I decided to turn. The bullet went in my ass, my leg, my ass area, and I didn't know I got shot. I couldn't feel it, and then that little sting, and then later on it started stinging and stinging. And I finally went to the hospital. They wouldn't take the bullet out. That bullet was in me for about 25 years, guys. It finally worked its way out. But yeah, it's so I had my drug history, and today I'm
it was the same
day and all that. It took me going to prison to get off the drugs for good.
Right.
And I did lots of recovery meetings and stuff in prison. I still do it now, but yeah, I mean that was a crack in the 80s, and then I found a cure for crack. It's called crystal meth. So that's not crack. And none of that's good. And when you're on that stuff, you start doing little tweaker crimes and stuff. That's why I went in for wire fraud,
Yeah, that's really messed up.
Yeah. It's not all it's cracked up to be.
But that's true. It's not all it's all cracked up to be, or really, it's just going to lead you down a road of trouble.
Yeah, it started with powder cocaine in high school. My friend's older brother was a coke dealer, and three of us went in on a quarter gram. It was $30 for a quarter gram of coke back then. Now it's cheaper. I don't get it, but this was in the 80s, and it was a big deal. And we made that quarter gram last all night between the three of us. Now a quarter gram wouldn't last 10 minutes, but and that's how it started. That curiosity. So any of you guys out there, I hate to say just say no and all that stuff, but that line of cocaine will lead to try a line of crank, try this line of heroin. It's all going to be the same. Oh, it hurt my nose. Well, you can smoke it, and but my lungs hurt. Well, here's a needle. Try it. It's fat. Next thing you know, man, and you got. I'm just saying it's.
I had a cellie that was on heroin and meth, and he told me, he says, Harvey, when you get out, do not even try meth. He goes, because if you try it one time, you'll be chasing that first high over and over, and you'll never get it. And
yeah, it's hard to get off. So I never told. I've been to 7 or 8 residential rehabs, the type where you live in there, like 6-month ones, 90-day ones. Every 5 years, I found myself in a rehab, homeless on the streets 3 times. You see those movies, those pictures of all those homeless tents all over San Francisco and stuff. Well, that was me before they had tents. We were lucky to get a cardboard box. But then I'd get into a drug program, and then I'd get a job at McDonald's, and then I'd get a better job, and I'd get a year clean and sober. But now I got some money saved, and I got a car, and I'd start the whole process all over again. And eventually that led to prison. I had so many good jobs I had, so many chances people gave me. Worked my way up to head chef, or restaurant manager, all that, and to blow it all and be homeless 2 weeks later. Just happened so fast, and so now I'm on a great roll. 6 years in prison saved my life. It did, and I was 52 when I went to prison. I finally got it, though. Some people never get it.
I had other people in prison tell me that prison saved their lives too, and they said if it wasn't for
I could have got drugs in prison, but I was at that time. No,
right.
I didn't want to get high in prison. I couldn't enjoy it.
But I've had so many people say that prison saved them, from father addiction, or maybe even getting killed, or dying, And so it's just amazing. But I had this one cellie. He was on painkillers and muscle relaxers and stuff, and because he was in a lot of pain. And he said he got addicted to drugs on the streets because he didn't have enough money to pay for the drugs for his pain that he was going through. He goes,
yeah, that
he said
Oxycontin turning out people, yeah.
He said
Sure.
it was easy. It was easier just to go get something off the streets. It's cheaper. Instead of getting my prescription, he goes, that shit's high.
Right. No, I get it, man. There's a lot of people getting hooked on it, and that fentanyl. Now it's all about fentanyl, man. That's the thing now, I guess.
Or what's the other one? Starts with an S, volatiles or something like that.
Suboxone or something. Suboxone.
Right? Yeah.
They were doing that. Dilaudids. They were doing that stuff in my prison.
Yeah. But
I saw guys get high in prison, but I don't. Last thing I wanted to do.
I seen guys on that K2, and I never want to smoke that stuff.
Oh, that was going around too. Apparently, it doesn't show up on a drug test. Yeah, there was a lot of the Mexican guys were doing that in my prison. They take 2 hits and then wobble and fall downstairs and get all bloody in their face, and they.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I didn't see it until I got to Algoa, to a lower level prison, and it was just everywhere, and people were flopping around on the ground, attacking their partners, attacking people for no reason. It's just, it made them go. I said, man, why would you want to smoke this stuff?
I don't get it. Now I heard they have it in liquid form, and they've been putting it underneath the stamps and stuff and letters. So now a lot of prisons, I know in New Mexico, you can't send a letter to the prison. They send it off to Florida, where some team over there scans it, and then they send you the scanned copy back to the prison. So the letter nobody even touched. Are they doing that in Missouri yet?
I don't know, but it wouldn't surprise me. I know. Yeah, he was talking about Florida, but there was I don't know if Missouri's doing it, but it doesn't surprise me if they hadn't started that. Making all electronic mail.
Yeah, yeah. See, I think I got a comment or two, and Marlene is saying, that's hilarious. And I guess it's a little late on these comments. Geez, you're really funny. Love it. And Marlene says, addiction is so hard. Son add on heroin before I threw him out, and he landed in prison. Our oldest son been on meth for 30 years, 17 to 47 years old. I'm surprised he lived 30 years on meth.
Right.
Because that thing will turn you into a skeleton. It messes with your central nervous system. It messes with, your brain and all that other stuff. But 30 years on meth, and he's still walking? God. That's a blessing that he's alive. Hopefully, she said overdose. Oh, yeah. When you say overdose, people can overdose and still live. When I hear overdose, I never know whether they meant he died on the overdose or they're living. Which one is it, Marlene?
I think all of her sons are alive still.
Okay.
But yeah, that's it's a bad deal. It really is.
Rosie. That's right. Roof, roof.
Come here. Settle down.
Well, it's been about an hour, Harvey. I don't really want to keep you unless you want to keep talking.
There she is.
Who's that? Oh. All right. Star.
Yeah, I need to get off and eat. I'm getting kind of hungry.
Okay. Marlene says, yep, he's got brain tumor and don't want to stop meth. Ooh. Doesn't want to stop. Meth is it's hard to get off meth. And once you get off, it's in your system for a year or two. You can feel it in your blood. You can feel it in your mouth. And yeah, it takes years just till it goes away.
I've never been on it. I'm just going to trust what everybody else says about it, So
yeah. All right, Harvey. I want to thank you, man, very much.
No problem. Anytime,
You bet. You want a copy of this video?
Yeah, I do, because I don't think it showed up.
Okay. And if you want to have me on your channel and all that stuff, and we'll work on that super channel for a whole bunch of prison channels, right?
I think that's a good idea. All right.
Super channel, something. I don't know what to call
Something,
it.
we'll figure it out.
All
It's
right.
going to take us a while. All right, bye.
All right. Thank you, guys.